Jennifer Nagel. Would you state your name and address for the record, please? And you have up to 5 minutes.
Jennifer Nagel, 6208 Bryan Lane, Knoxville, Tennessee. A few months ago, I was in my family room watching a school board meeting on TV like I always did, but this time I listened to a librarian speak, a special ed teacher speak, and countless classroom teachers speak to the school board about the state of our schools. What was happening in our schools? I was shocked. I was a parent who just knew the superintendent and the school board was making sure my children were getting the best education they could get, and I never in a million years thought they were doing anything to harm my children because of money or political gain. My eyes were opened. I have done a lot of research, and I am appalled at what is not only happening in Knox County, but across the state of Tennessee and across our country. Along the way, I have met some incredible people, teachers who care so much about their students they are risking their careers, parents who have spent countless hours doing research, and because of that research have gotten our state representatives to step back and say, wait, this isn't right for our state. I am tired of some of our local media and the KCS PR team spinning what these teachers have been saying as, quote, teachers don't want to be evaluated, or that teachers don't want high standards. This isn't new to you. Educators have spoken to you about their concerns, not just evaluations, for years, and nothing has changed. I have spoken multiple times about my daughter and my concerns about the obscene amount of high-stakes testing she has been put through, about her anxiety about going to school. I was thrilled when test anxiety issues were finally brought up at one of your meetings, only to hear it may be teachers' and parents' fault. Excuse me? I am extremely offended by that. I have repeatedly stated that it is against Tennessee law to put children below grade 3 through any state-mandated tests. K-2 students are taking some form of a standardized test 15+ times this year. Some parents have asked how, if this is a Tennessee state law. Simple, they become district mandated. Knox County has gone above and beyond what the state has suggested for testing, and we keep piling more on. The Tennessee Department of Education website states the K-2 assessment, formerly known as SAT-10, is optional. I don't want my daughter taking it, and it's not because I am a, quote, difficult second-grade parent at her school. It's because I see no educational benefit of putting her through 4 days of testing just to show she is below average, but sorry, not low enough to get her extra help. When I was told I couldn't refuse this test for her, I would have to keep her home from school, I asked for that in writing, and I encouraged other parents to do the same. I have yet to receive this writing. Now, others have received an email stating we are not encouraging parents to keep their kids home. However, the only children exempt from this test are students who are not present the days of testing. Well done. I do find it odd that parents can opt out of immunizations, sex education, reading any book they find objectionable, which are part of the curriculum, but not out of a standardized test. Thank you, Dr. McIntyre, for suggesting our county shouldn't participate in the park field test, another high-stakes test that is strictly practice. Here's my question. Did you suggest that because you actually care about what is happening to our students? Or was it because you know our schools are nowhere near prepared to administer this test? Teachers in Chicago are voting to spend instructional time teaching instead of passing out another bubble sheet. If you want the best for our children, why are you not following that example and publicly advocating for the same in Knox County? My 5th grader recently took the writing assessment because, once again, I couldn't opt him out. How many students were offered keyboarding classes before they had to type their answers? I know the students at his school weren't taught basic typing. Here's my question about this assessment. Before they could even start it, they had to answer 10 survey questions. I was asked to see those questions when my son told me about them, and I was told the questions were non-controversial and these questions have been asked for years. You made 5th graders take a survey without parent consent, and you have done this for years? You made the questions were mild. 8 out of the 10 were about how often the students writes, reads, and how often they do it on a computer. But then there were 2 questions that I would like an answer about. Do you have computer access in your home, and do you have internet access in your home? What educational purpose were those questions asked for? Before my words get twisted, I want to make it very clear. I want to know why my son was asked those questions before a writing assessment. Who received that data? I understand when a teacher asks those questions at the beginning of a school year, so he or she can learn whose parents they can email. I want to know where this data went. Who received this data? Bill Gates, maybe? This is one more example where the school district is not communicating with parents, and it is not clear if they are making decisions for students' education or to benefit private companies. Teachers are being bullied by reading coaches and principals. Teachers standing up and saying, no, I don't want to use any more high-stakes tests for our children. We can get the assessment results we need by being allowed to teach. All this bullying, I want my children happy in school, and I want my children's teachers to be able to do their jobs. A little bit of hope is effective. A lot of hope is dangerous. This is a line from the Hunger Games. I think that is the exact philosophy that the Knox County Schools Administration has taken. Let's give the teachers and parents a little hope, and they will back off. I don't feel any hope. I don't feel like I have been heard at any of the school board meetings I have spoken at, or when my emails go unanswered by this administration. I am a parent. I support our teachers, and I am against high-stake testing.